Shalom, shalom. First off, we give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, Yahweh being the true name for the Heavenly Father, Yahushai being the name for his only begotten Son, who the word ignorantly calls God, and Jesus Christ. We give double honor to the elders and the apostles, a great millstone that taught us his truth and will. And salutations to you, hopeful elect, pushing this truth in all honesty and sincerity. This is Brother Yahweh coming to you no less the spirit power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. And this lesson is basically going to be going into the next plagues to hit this place. One of the many plagues that can hit, or one of the biggest things that could be next is famine. Famine is a big part of one of the plagues of Egypt, and the scriptures say that he's going to bring those plagues that hit Egypt come back as before. So this article is from the Washington Post, and it says, if coronavirus doesn't get us, starvation will. A growing number of Americans say they can't afford to stock up on groceries. Okay, because a lot of Americans are living on a fixed income or are not able to go to work right now because they're at a stay-at-home order, and their jobs may not be considered a job that you can work from home, or it might not be considered as essential personnel, so they're out of work right now. So a lot of people can't afford food, and then the food that is there, all the cheap stuff is already snatched up, and people done stockpiled it all up. So all that's left is the most expensive things. Okay, so Patricia Brown, 69, who lives on a fixed income, stands in front of an empty milk cooler at the Aldi in Burlington, North Carolina, on Wednesday during the coronavirus pandemic. For those living on a fixed income, it can be difficult to afford to stock up on groceries for weeks at a time, especially when many of the cheaper items are out of stock. All right, so this is something that's happening, man. It says she was running out of food, but Patricia Brown had to wait. She waited until the third Wednesday of the month, the day her Social Security check landed in the bank, before she got into her Nissan and drove to the local supermarket in search of a few basic spaghetti, ground beef, and distilled water for a sleep machine. And so some of those things she probably wasn't able to get. And here's another article that goes into it. Okay, it says Target to limit number of shoppers in stores as a new safety measure. So now, only a certain amount of people are going to be allowed in the grocery stores at a time. And this can ultimately lead up to when they come out with this RFID microchip implant and they make it legally mandated and mandatory, you're not going to be able to get in there at all unless you have that chip in your hand. So now they're putting restrictions on who can come in there at certain times. Okay, and this is going to hinder some people to be able to actually get in there before the store closes, because everybody's schedule is different, So now they're putting restrictions on how many people can shop. Okay. It says the Minneapolis-based retailer said in a news release that beginning Saturday, April 4th, it will actively monitor and, when needed, meter guest traffic in its nearly 1,900 stores nationwide to promote social distancing. So people going to stores to get food, man, you might get turned away. And that might have been your only day that you could go. Because by the time you can get up in there to get food, everybody's going to snatch everything out. Okay, here's another article here. It says why you might see the stores and toy aisles blocked off at Walmart in Vermont. Okay, so now you really got certain things you can go there and shop for. It specifically has to be food. Non-essential items, they're now getting ready to block off. So what if you need like something that you may need for survival? People might need fishing poles or bows or whatever. Right now, guns are still able to be bought, but that's only going to be for a limited amount of time, and they're actually going to crack down and probably put a order out there to come confiscate your weapons. And you're not supposed to be able to do that according to Esau's laws and the Constitution and stuff like that, but you see how they're bending everything. It's all a joke, man. They don't really care. It says coronavirus impact, economy lost 701,000 jobs in March, breaking 10-year string of gains, man. There's a lot of people without work, man. How are they gonna feed themselves, man? So these items are considered non-essential. They're going to be blocked off. Arts and craft items, beauty supplies, carpeting and flooring, clothes, Clothes, man. Hey, you're gonna need clothes, your clothing item to be able to cope with this weather. You're gonna block that off. You're not gonna be able to get that, man. Consumer electronics. All right, so computers and phones, and this is gonna hinder people from being able to listen to the truth. What happens if your phone breaks? Now what? What happens if your laptop goes down? TV goes out? Hey, they're gonna have that blocked off. You're gonna be limited. Entertainment, books, music, movies. So people are gonna begin to get stressed out. Furniture, home and garden, jewelry, paint, photo services, sports equipment. I mean, I don't know how deep that's gonna go, but some things that are considered sporting goods are hunting supplies and stuff like that, which you're gonna need and there's time to come. So they're gonna turn off certain aisles, man. Look at this article here. It says trucking unicorn keeping trucking lays off nearly 1/5 of workers as coronavirus downturn hits freight. So a lot of these trucking companies are getting hit. And which, guess what? These trucking companies are responsible for bringing in the food to the stores that you go to shop from. Which means you're going to have less amount of people to be able to bring those supplies in. Which means the stores are not going to remain stocked like they need to. And they've already limited the amount of people going in there. Hey, people are going to begin to starve. Here's another article here. It says business dropped 90%. Already struggling farmers hit hard by coronavirus. So what happens when the farmers go out of business? Because you got people getting laid off in the trucking industry to come to them and pick up those goods. They're going to have a hard time getting their produce out. It's going to rot and spoil. People are not able to go and buy all this food because they don't have the money to pay for the groceries. Clearly, we just seen another article. So this means that the farmers are going to get hit. And once the farmers get laid off, you're going to have multiple farms being shut down. Well, guess what? The demand is still required for the amount of people that's here. So now less amount of food is about to be hit. Okay, you see the chain reaction that this happening. Now, this is just the first week of April. You got a whole nother 3 weeks to go, man. And we're already seeing articles and news things like this. So let's get the scriptures out, man. Let's get the scriptures out that talk about it. Luke 21:11, and great earthquakes shall be in divers places, and famines, and pestilences. Okay, so here you have all these things simultaneously, the Lord says, going to be happening at the end of days, in the times of trouble. And right now we got famines and pestilences getting ready to take place. So the next thing that very well could hit, the next biggest thing, right now we're going through the pestilence, but the next thing that's going to come is famines, man. People are going to begin to starve. We saw an earthquake that hit Utah, 5.9. There's going to be more earthquakes that's going to hit. And fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. So there now people are seeing a lot of so-called UFO sightings too. Brothers were sending news articles or YouTube videos of people spotting, strange things in the sky, ships and stuff like that. Those are fearful sights. Great signs shall be from heaven. You're going to have more blood moons. The moons is going to be looking crazy, man. The sun's going to be looking different. Clouds and everything's going to be shifting. Because we're at the end of this thing, man. Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation. So different countries coming against other countries. That's already been going on before the pestilence of the corona hit. Hey, we were in a trade war with China. And a lot of people are saying that the whole reason why the coronavirus was put out there was to hit and ransack China. And now it's over here, man. So that's not nation against nation. It says, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in divers places. Pestilences and famines, man. Famine is coming. 2 Esdras 15:19. And man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. All right, so you're going to have people that's going to be kicking each other's homes, kicking in doors, man. It says destroy their houses with the sword. The modern day sword is the gun. Guns, shotguns, pistols, rifles. Okay? and spoil their goods because of lack of bread. Lack of bread, man. People are going to be hungry. Doors are going to be getting kicked in. 2 Ezra 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay, that's a sedition among men, fighting, man. Okay, sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the courses of their actions shall stand in their power, man. So they're not going to care about what the president says, what the governor says, what the mayor says. They're not going to care about all these executive orders and things that are going to be put out there. The course of their actions are going to stand in their power. They're still going to be kicking in people's door and going to be killing people, man. 2 Ezra 15 and 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Hey, there's no flights coming in and out of New York City right now. Other cities, such as I think San Francisco, is following suit. All these big major cities, man, is going to be locked down. They're already doing that. Flights can't come in and out, can't go here, can't go there. Then they're going to be cordoning off different parts of the highway, checkpoints. Different parts of the neighborhood are going to be secured off. They're going to begin to quarantine all sorts of neighborhoods, man. If it doesn't happen with this virus, it eventually will happen with the next one or with another plague or epidemic. And don't forget the rest of the plagues of Egypt that hit. You had storms. So now we're in spring. We're approaching, during the time you're going to have floods and tornadoes. And the scriptures we just read about, there's going to be earthquakes. So what happens if there's a great earthquake that ransacks the city? This is Isaiah 65 and 13. Therefore thus saith Yahweh, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. The Lord's going to take care of his servants. The men that's believed in this thing from the jump, that's been warning you people, that have been standing out there in the corners. You remember us, man? The ones you degraded and looked down upon and put your middle finger up at us, man. Honked your horns talking shit. The ones that the women mistreated, man. Hey, those servants, we're going to be good in that time, man. And we're going to be drinking to your destruction and your downfall. We're going to be okay. The Lord's going to make a way somehow. Whether people give us gifts of food, we stumble across it. We come across somebody's doomsday bunker or whatever in that time period when things get bad and we got to be pilgrims and move from point to point. We're always going to stumble across something and eat. Or maybe we hunt for ourselves. We're going to be okay, man. But you people, no, man. The Lord's going to set you up to be judged. Matthew 4 and 4. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of Yahweh. We've lived by the word of Yahweh by Shem Yahushai. Well, every word we've been out there, basically sticking to it, man. Whatever he says we're supposed to do, we have done that. So we fasted, we partake in the high holy days. So that's going to build us up for a time period where we may not eat for a little while. But you people aren't built for that. You people can't go more than 24 hours without eating. You start going insane. And we're used to it. Because Day of Atonement was a requirement. No food or water for 24 hours, man. From sunset to sunset. And then brothers fast on a regular where they just don't eat for a couple days. They may just live off of water. Or they may switch to just vegetables. You people, if you can't go, you can't go like 2 days without having a hamburger and losing your damn mind. But that faith, hey, has built us up to be ready for these things. And so we're approaching these times. It's a beautiful thing to see, man. Target's limiting another number of shoppers. Certain things you're not going to be able to buy in the stores anymore. They're going to be blocked off. Hey, that means that more trucking business is going to be getting hit hard. Because the supply and demand is going to be messed up, man. Different trucking companies laying off their workers, man. Americans already can't afford the food. Hey, so we're in these times, man. So, hey, Lord's will, the next thing that possibly may hit big time is that famine is going to begin to hit these people. And Lord will it does, man. Lord will al-Ratazah. Hey, the Lord continues to judge this place. He's ransacking America right now. And maybe this whole shutdown continues past April 30th. He may come back out and say some more, man, because hey, that looks like what they're really playing off this narrative of this coronavirus, man. They're really playing off that narrative, and they're putting articles out there saying how many thousands of people are dying, and we believe through the Spirit that's not that many people not dying. We feel like if it's that bad, we would begin to see bodies in the streets and people hacking out lungs or something, but we're not seeing that right now. So, whatever narrative they got going on, hey, they may want to shut this thing down and collapse this dollar, man, and bring on martial law. So get ready, man. Famine's coming. Earthquakes are coming. The diseases will continue to come. War is coming. You better get right with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. So with that, I'm going to close out. Give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, B'Shem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders, the apostles of Great Millstone, the top of his truth and will well. And salutations to you, hopeful like pushing this truth in all honesty and sincerity. Shalom.